haters don't think shit, stink pink gators. My Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if they head right, Biggie there, and night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruise, cruise, who? Do something to us. Talk, go through us. Girls want to us, wanna do us, screw us. Who us? Yeah, Papa and Pup. Close like Starsky and Hutch, stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze 3 at your cherry M3. Bang every MC easily. Recently, niggas frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my piece.
Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work to work.
Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today the Epstein mess continues, and apparently Democrats are conspiracy theorists now. But first, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. All of it is very much appreciated. Gracias. All right. So, as you can see here, the Trump administration's press secretary, Levitt, whatever, is, it's continuing the downfall of, the relationship between Trump and his fans with, their lack of persistence and care and effort into dealing with this Epstein stuff, as you're about to see right here. There you go.
The president said that he floated the idea of a special prosecutor in the Epstein case. Can you confirm that? And has he asked the Attorney General to do this, to appoint a special prosecutor to look it over?
Well, the idea was floated from someone in the media to the president. The president would not recommend a special prosecutor in the Epstein case. That's how he feels. And as for his discussions with the Attorney General, I'm not sure. Deanna.
Carolyn, thank you.
So, as you can see there, sorry the volume was pretty low, but kind of bad video quality. Whatever. As you can see there, there's no real efforts to dive deeper into Epstein. In fact, they're trying to run away from it as fast as they can, basically. But guess who's leaning into it? I mean, well, me personally, I'm not surprised. I go out of my way to make videos saying, anyone can say words out loud. So just because they scream, America first, or if they scream, free Palestine, does not mean they're for real. I'm just keeping it real. Not saying any of these Democrat people are, I can't say I know, I can't read their minds. But if I had to guess, considering, the Epstein stuff has been around for a while now. It was around during Trump's first administration, and these guys just didn't care about it. Let's be honest. As far as established Democratic, officials, congressmen, and people like that, right? Politicians. So, but to sit back right now, like today, and witness what is happening to the Trump administration in regards to Epstein, yeah, they're going to leap on top of it. They're going to jump for that. They're going to make that a thing. Here's Ron Wyden. Yeah, apparently, I don't know. Apparently, I guess he just found out about this. Here you go.
Last year, the Biden administration allowed our investigators to look at portions of the file.
Wait, so you were?
At the Treasury building. Here is what it says. Treasury's Epstein file details, Mr. President, 4,725 wire transfers. Let me repeat that. 4,725 wire transfers, adding up to nearly $1.1 billion flowing in and out of just one of Mr. Epstein's bank accounts.
Wait, hold on. So, you found out about this last year? And we're just hearing it now? Or was it that you were saying this the whole time and now you're telling everyone about it? Or no, sorry. You've been saying it and now people are finding out that you were, talking about this thing. I can't say I know. I don't even know who the fuck this guy is, but you know. There's more. That is weird though, right? That's his last year. He's saying last year in the Biden administration, he allowed officials to look over to some of these Epstein files or documents, something that's stashed in the Treasury, I guess, and they found these wire transfers. I mean, it's like for like the Trump administration, it must be weird, like, because you're saying like, oh, we gave you everything we could, and the other stuff is like, child porn, so we can't show it to you. But then you hear this guy saying this, which is something they could have found and said to everyone, right? Or, even with the Democrats, if they actually cared about the issue, they could have made this way more widely known and tell everyone about it. But then again, it looks like a fucking game they're playing to defeat the Republicans in the upcoming midterms. Well, 2026 midterms. Yeah. All right. So let's keep it moving. Here's a funny little video of Anderson Cooper from just 4 years of separation. Here we go.
Wait a minute. So I have not heard her publicly say, you know what? I no longer believe that Anderson Cooper and, Tom Hanks and all these people and all these Democratic leaders, I no longer believe that they're Satanists and blood drinkers and pedophiles. I no longer believe that they're on a phony manifest. They believe that, there's belief out there that by QAnon people that there's this, cabal of people drinking the blood of children, and it's based on anti-Semitic tropes. You say she behind closed doors disavowed that? Come on. I mean, you would not want to sit next to this person in public, would you? It's not exactly outlandish to wonder about the president's connections with Epstein, given that they've crossed paths and shared moments many times over the years, both in New York and Mar-a-Lago circles. The Epstein case's pivotal moments, including Epstein's death in jail in 2019, happened during the first Trump administration. So even if everything to do with the president, both in office and before, are all completely innocent and above board, as they very well may be, the connections themselves are still there.
So, okay, you're going to hear me get to a point here, because I don't know, it feels like if people actually use their critical thinking, use their morality, more importantly, like principles of like, if anyone does something fucked up, I call it out, right? There's no way you'd get tricked by this, right? You can't just, because, Trump's fumbling the bag with Epstein, does not mean these guys are the good guys now. It's just not the case. And it's clear as day, politically motivated. I mean, these guys have said nothing for all these years about the Epstein stuff. And now they are, because, let's be real, Trump is taking an ass whipping from his fans. I mean, it's just going to keep getting stranger, I promise you. More videos I play, the stranger it'll get. Here you have Rokana, where they're drawing up some, what is this, like a bill or something? Yeah, they're drawing up a bill to go over to like kind of release the Epstein files.
All of a sudden they care.
Yeah, these guys are all into this now. Very interesting. But here's Ro.
Well, it's absolutely a game changer. Massey and I have worked together many times. We're teaming up on this effort. The bill would require the full release of the Epstein files and all of the evidence, of course, protecting victims and protecting the release of anything like child pornography. It's very precisely written. And we have the backing of all 212 Democrats. But here's what is incredibly encouraging. We already have 7 Republican co-sponsors, including people like Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Tim Buchheit. These are very, very conservative MAGA figures. And so we have the votes now to force a vote in the Congress on this bill. Well, it's absolutely a game changer.
So, By the way, I think this shit'll backfire. It'll backfire just like, Democrats, like, oh my God, the whole quote unquote Me Too movement. And it ended up backfiring because some of their friends and allies were getting caught, like, being abusive towards women, sexually or whatever. So this might backfire too, possibly. I don't know, but they're seeing the victory, and it's like, yo, this is an easy win. Just fucking, we'll do this. Maybe we won't gain more voters, right, from the MAGA group, but maybe you make sure Trump has less voters, or MAGA, or Republicans, or whatever. And yeah, it's all strategy. It's not about, providing insight for people or providing evidence on this case that a lot of people care about, or fighting child sex trafficking. It's not about that. Sorry, it is not about that. I mean, I guess Ro Khanna would fall more into the quote unquote progressive side of things, but I don't know him enough. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he means well. I consider
He's a progressive tech bro.
Well, you can mean well and be that too.
No, I'm just saying he's like one of the he's kind of like the progressive side of the like techno optimists, I guess.
Yeah. And you have people like Thomas Massey, right? So okay, I see someone believing he means well, right?
Yeah, probably, but I don't know. I don't know enough about him.
Yeah. But I still say, like, people do not just start jumping to teams or whatever because we're in Bizarro World, and now guys like Ted Lieu are telling you about Epstein, who would never say this stuff if it was a Democratic president, and they were the ones that people, oh my God, look, the Democrats are trying to cover this up. He'd be helping cover it up. He wouldn't be, like, as far as I understand the actions of this Ted Lieu guy, and then in tandem with the Russiagate stuff, right? So, but here he is. He apparently now cares about Epstein as well. There you go.
I talked about the Epstein files under the Biden administration.
Oh, you did, huh?
About it now during the Trump administration. And it's because it's not just Trump's base. It should be the American people, and it is American people, because this is at core about underage women being sexually assaulted and abused and raped. This should not be covered up. And, I saw your clip of all the Republicans in the House that you showed saying they should release these files. Well, guess what? House Republicans are in the majority. They can issue a subpoena tomorrow to get those Epstein files. And if they don't do that, then they, House Republicans, are facilitating this cover-up. I talked.
Everyone's getting W's out of this. It's fucking Christmas. Oh, man. Remember, like, when these like Trump fans and shit, and athletes and shit, were all using like random like microphone moments to be like, well, Epstein didn't kill himself, right? As like a kind of a meme, but also gave credibility to the person saying it. It's like, well, you guys got to vote Democrat now. You guys want the Epstein files? You better go support those Democrats out there, bro. Like Nick Fuentes is apparently going to be doing. But we have this. Do I want to play this? I don't think I want to play this. I'll just read this. Here's Adam Schiff. Either she was talking about James Comey's daughter. Either she was fired because she's James Comey's daughter, which would be totally inappropriate and a wrongful termination, or she was fired because she was prosecuting Epstein and his accomplices. And why would they fire her over that? And why would they fire her now? This is so blatantly political. Oh, man. Granted, once again, the other team was doing the same exact thing, just in the other direction, right? Everyone, the MAGA people were saying, well, no, it's the Democrats covering it up because all their friends are in there. The Clintons, the Obamas, whoever the fuck, Bill Gates, Tom Hanks, Anderson Cooper, they're all in there. So that's why the Democrats are covering it up. And now these guys are saying, oh, these people are covering it up because, Trump's in there and fucking the Koch brothers and whatever. It's like something tells me no one's getting anything out of this. Like, it's just pageantry at this point. Like, the Trump administration, I guess, just kind of shutting it down and saying, like, well, all right, this case is kind of closed. He killed himself and there was no clientele list. It's over. And after deeming it over, the Democrats can now use this politically and scream about how much they want to know about the Epstein files when apparently not caring before. And guess what? If a Democrat gets in office, maybe they won't have to release it or show anyone. They might not have to do that because the Trump administration already rules it as, all right, we're done with this. It's over. Case closed. FBI, DOJ, they went over the case files. This is it, or that is it. It is over. So thus we can use this politically and dance on Trump's grave to maybe get ourselves some brownie points from Trump fans or whoever. Granted, the most important thing, once again, is please don't just fall for this. All right, someone could actually mean it. Like maybe Ro Khanna means it. Maybe he means to actually investigate this stuff. But don't just fucking take it at face value. Like, don't live or die by this thing. Like, honestly. And by the way, both sides, all these guys have been committing crimes for a long time now. The Trump administration, the Biden administration, Obama, Bush before that. They've been committing crimes. I don't know why this Epstein thing has become like the most biggest thing, like the do or die policy or investigation for Americans. Like, as we're talking, some kid is probably having their limbs fucking blown off right now as I'm talking. And there's no shouldn't that be worth yo, you're impeached, you're out of here, you're complicit in a blatant crime against humanity. How come that's not cared about like this is? I don't understand. I guess it's the nature, the idea of it being sexual that freaks people out. Like when Nick Fuentes says he would kill a baby for God, but not rape one. Like, maybe that's the thing. It's about the sexual part of it. Which, typically, psychologically, goes back to probably insecurities about one's own self. But, hey, I'm not judging. I can't say I know. But what I can do is bring up Nick Fuentes kind of being highlighted, and not as a racist or anything, not even as alt-right, not even as far-right. What does MSNBC call this guy?
Right-wing influencer Nick Fuentes went so far as to say MAGA is dead in response to President Trump's posts, blaming Democrats for fabricating the Epstein files. Fuentes wrote on social media, quote, "So now Trump is claiming the Epstein files are a Democrat hoax? LOL." Right-wing.
I mean, it's fucking poetry. That is poetry.
Who's highlighting him?
MSNBC.
Why?
I don't know. Well, I know. I think I do know. It's the...
I don't. Why?
Well, they're going over tweets, right, of people that are criticizing Trump over Epstein, right? Now,
oh, okay.
Now, I'm very sure they know more about Nick Fuentes than he's just a right-wing influencer.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, you know more. The fucking him going on InfoWars with Kanye West is kind of infamous, which means you've looked into him, MSNBC. So just to call him some right-wing influencer is, once again, I don't call anyone names like that, alt-right and far-right and racist. I don't do that. But does MSNBC do that? Fuck yeah, they do. Fuck yeah, they do. But right now they're like, oh, this beautiful angel that flew from the sky, came down from the sky to bless us with his knowledge. Nick Fuentes is telling us that Donald Trump fucking sucks. MAGA is dead. It's like now he's credible all of a sudden. It's just wow. Just shameless in a way. They didn't say anything extra. They didn't add a caveat on top. Okay, this guy is considered, racist or whatever the fuck. All right, maybe they did. maybe the segment got cut off, but the way they led into it right there is just like, oh, he's like Charlie Kirk. He's just another right-wing influencer. Like, they would never call Nick Fuentes that. Get the fuck out of here. Unless he's shitting on Trump. So, it's just funny, like, it's just the shamelessness of it is the crazy part. To make me feel like, okay, a lot of these people that are quote-unquote left-leaning, that are starting to get into this Epstein topic, they're not doing it for genuine, let's find the truth will set us free type of mentality. It seems like a play to, I guess, fuck with the other team. Or
naturally.
Yeah. Or it could be even more sinister than that. I mean, if both sides are like in a weird, creepy, behind closed doors way, like, okay, we're all agreeing, like, we're gonna make this the new thing, right? Yeah. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep blowing people up across the world. I'll keep that going, and we use this Epstein stuff to, keep everyone docile and quiet and asleep. Focus on Epstein. The guy is dead already, and we can't provide any evidence. You can go through fucking Congress hearing to another Congress hearing to a fucking bill propositions and all this stuff where you never actually get anywhere, but hey, don't worry, while you were sleeping, we were bombing all these countries or paying people to bomb other countries or starting wars or subverting other countries, on and so forth. That would be the more, I guess the more sinister look of it. But on the surface right now, it does not look like some sort of honest effort to learn shit about the Epstein, the Epstein list or whatever. It just seems like political maneuvering and political footballing and all that stuff. And then even like, just like with, the MAGA fans, right? They would do a lot of memes to showcase how corrupt the other team is, right? And for years, it seemed like Kyle Kalinske was screaming for Democrats, like, yo, you got to do this to win. You got to shit on them. You got to make fun of them, right? Maybe they're taking the advice now. Maybe Gavin Newsom is taking the advice now. Nickelback said it best. It's, Epstein and Trump. Look at this. I'm not playing a fucking crash ass song. But yeah, right? They're memeing it now. It's like, holy fucking shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nickelback said it best.
It's I don't know. It's fucking bizarre. It's not surprising. It's just, it's like off, on, like out of nowhere. It's like now we're here, and people are on mainstream news that are Democrats screaming for the Epstein files, right? When not too long ago, it was about Bill Clinton in the blue dress and the painting, right? And the Democratic underground, tunnels where they, sex acts with kids and stuff. And Epstein, big time Democrat guy, and whatever the fuck, Bill Gates, right? And then all of a sudden, just boom.
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Forgot, yeah. So yeah, Bill Gates and
Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep.
Tom Hanks, Oprah, yeah.
George Clooney or something. I don't know. And then boom, just all of a sudden, it's just, they saw the turn. They saw the MAGA crowd turning on Trump, and it feels like so coordinated. Like these fools had they probably did, right? They probably had a meeting. They probably sat down like, okay, this is our new strategy. We gotta go after this guy on this stuff to win some votes and to gain some celebrity from it, right? And it's actually funny because like the Ro Khanna guy. Once again, I don't know if he's for real or not, but if you were like the inside baseball political guy, right, who's just trying to do policy, you'd try to write policy, right? Or even same with Thomas Massey, right? And they're both working on this bill. Their thing would be like, let's write policy for this, or let's write a bill for that, right? And they will get probably less coverage than fuckface Gavin Newsom just doing like a meme video, right? Just like yo, bitch, you're losing, bitch. Look at us. It's just a shit on him. But hey, You know, people. I mean, there's not much to say about this other than like, guys, like, there's no way they just flip a switch like this and then you just join their team, right? Because that seems to be the goal, is to get you to join the team. And yeah, that can't. Don't let that work, please, guys. Don't let that work.
Oh, but it will.
I mean, but no, you fuck. You had real shit to get Trump on for years.
Nope.
This is now your fucking rallying call. It's fucking Epstein. I'm not saying it's unimportant. It is important. It's just I don't expect I didn't expect Trump to do this correctly. I don't expect Democrats to do this correctly. To where it's like thorough, and the point is to, pick out and weed out any type of corruption we see in the world. I don't see that as what they're doing. I don't see that as their purpose. Thus, eventually, we all end up losing from stuff like this because no one's like really going into it seriously. But then again, the fans. The phenomenon of the fans into the Epstein case, was it really about justice? Or was it entertainment? I don't know. I can't tell. I really can't tell. Once again, if you've looked through the first 4 years of the Trump administration and what he's done in just fucking 6 months now, it's like, there's corruption to point out. Upside down, all over the fucking place. Left, right, wherever. You see corruption all over the fucking place. And no one said anything. At least I'm saying from the MAGA fans. You guys kept your fucking mouth shut, basically. You cried a little bit about Iran, but then once he bombed and then left, you're like, oh, see, he's creating peace through strength. It was a negotiation tactic. So it's justified. I'm like, you fucking idiots. And he, by the way, bombed Somalia like the next day. Like, on his way to breaking his own record of bombings in Somalia. But they don't know about
Biden
that.
was doing that too. Like, Biden was doing that a whole lot, and nobody ever, like, none of his lefties who were advocating for him said anything.
Exactly.
He's continuing the Biden policy on Somalia.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a continuation of the Trump policy, which was a continuation of the Obama policy. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're passing the baton from one administration to the next. And
the race.
The interesting thing, bringing up Kyle Kulinski again, because he was, obviously screaming about how Kamala was the lesser evil and we got to support her and vote for her over Trump. And then you find out this year, right? You find out after Trump got elected, you find out through, random interviews from some of Biden's, foreign policy people, or people that went on, I think they went on, Israeli TV and did some interviews and talked about, the Biden policy was let Israel do whatever the fuck it wants. There was no threat of pulling weaponry away. They were not the lesser evil on that specific topic. That I'm sure, I can't say I know, I didn't look for it, but I'm sure that Kyle was saying, Trump will be worse on this. Would he be? Or would you get the same fucking shit? But with different rhetoric behind it, right? In front of your face, Biden will be critical of Netanyahu or what Israel's like, oh, all right, Israel's going too far. Or Harris would be like, oh, Israel's going too far, right? But actual policy, yeah, you guys are going to get rounded up into cages. That is the policy. And they're not going to do anything about it. They had chances to, they would veto it, like with UN resolutions and shit like that. They'd veto it, right? Or weapon sales, they could cut those off. Nope, we're going to keep those flowing. Don't worry about that, Netanyahu. We got you, BB. There'd be almost the same phenomenon that the Trump administration had, where there'd be anonymous White House sources saying, oh, Biden's really mad at Netanyahu, or Trump's really mad at Netanyahu. They're beefing. But in reality, that wasn't the case. They just put that out there, make people think he's fighting against what's happening over there. Nah, not happening. And let's be real, Harris is just going to be a continuation of that. So, like I said, don't get fucking whirlwind and whiplashed and, head spinny. This little on-off switch of we say nothing about Epstein. Now we're all in on Epstein. Don't fall for that shit, please. It's too simple. Too simple. Don't fall for that. But, all right, I leave it there. I just wanted to showcase, this little phenomenon that's happening. That all of a sudden we're hearing Treasury reports of Epstein's fucking accounts and shit like that. Like, what the fuck? Like I said, maybe he was saying it the whole time. I just didn't hear about it.
Stuff that's been reported like for at least like 6 years ago. Stuff that's already been in the alternative like conspiracy realm.
Yeah.
That now is mainstream. Kind of hilarious, honestly.
That Oregon guy, name Ron Wyden. If that's old information, well, he put it in the context of, last year, meaning under Biden, where Biden put us on the case to investigate Epstein. Like, all of a sudden, that's where he's getting this information from. And it's like, oh, really? Okay, so Biden was trying to tackle the Epstein topic. Like, all of a sudden, bro.
What was that guy's name?
Ron Wyden.
Pause.
I'm sure he got picked on in school for that. But yeah, it's interesting turnaround. Fucking Adam Schiff, all of a sudden, big time into Epstein. Ted Lieu's apparently been passionate about it for years. Never heard him say anything about it, though. Rokana, there he is. Obviously, Anderson Cooper. And it's interesting. And all up the backs of the failing Trump administration trying to put out this PR fire, but all it's doing. They're trying to put out the fire with kerosene, apparently. It's just not working out for them. But, all right, there's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree, disagree, tell me what you think. Please don't tell me you're going to all of a sudden vote Democrat. Or that all of a sudden the Democrats are the good guys or they're the lesser evil. I don't want to hear... I mean, make those arguments if you believe that. But I'm telling you, I will have some arguments to throw your way to counter you. Because I do not believe that's the case. Either way, just tell me in the comment section. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
I messed up your outro. Go ahead.
Bless all of you.
Start from the
Be
beginning.
careful.
Start from the beginning. Go ahead.
I'm going to start from the end. With all that said, give this video...
Pause.
Is that a pause? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That was definitely a pause.
Whatever. Point is, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.